And the Belgian Grand Prix is go, with a great reaction time for Leclerc, who's got the lead, and Perez had to chop across Lewis Hamilton. That's a lock-up for Carlos Sainz. He's very close to being tipped into a spin there.
Bonjour, guten tag, and hello Formula One fans, and welcome to Formula Pun Racer and my review of the Belgian Grand Prix, which occurred back on the 30th of July at the world-famous Spa-Francorchamps circuit. I may have said in my last video that it might get rained out during my review of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Fortunately, it turns out I was wrong. It was still damp here there, but it was mostly sunny for the majority of the race. But who could say if it played a part in the strategy of each driver and team? But before the race even started, Max Verstappen set the fastest qualifying time, but had to take a 5-place penalty because of a gearbox change.
Say what?
This elevated Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc onto the pole, and Max Verstappen's Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez would start second. When the lights went out and away they went, the Ferrari driver got ahead of Sergio Perez quite well through the hairpin corner, heading down the hill to the world-famous Eau Rouge corner. But further back in the field, McLaren driver Oscar Piastri of Australia didn't fare so well, as he was literally between a rock and a hard place. Going through the hairpin corner of that very first lap, he was brushed to the side of the wall on his right, and to his left was Carlos Sainz Jr.'s Ferrari. Unfortunately, that was the end of Oscar Piastri's run. He limped back to the pits and it was over for him. But Carlos Sainz didn't fare much better, as he was out on lap 25, so half the Ferrari charge was pretty much glued from the beginning. So much luck for the prancing horse there. With half the Italian stallion charge being glued with Carlos Sainz tangling with Oscar Piastri, unfortunately on the same first lap, it wouldn't be a greater story for Charles Leclerc, because going up the hill from the Eau Rouge corner, well, Sergio Perez was able to slipstream by the Ferrari to take the lead for Red Bull.
Oh, come on!
Oh, by the way, it was actually lap 22 when Carlos Sainz pulled into the pits to retire his car from the damage with Piastri, not lap 25, my mistake. And lap 22 was in fact the halfway point in this 44-lap race. 5 laps earlier, the Flying Dutchman Max Verstappen got from 6th place to claw his way to maintain his dominant ways in Formula One. Go figure. And as for Piastri and Sainz, they both blame each other for the incident, like so. 4 laps after Max took the lead over from Sergio to maintain his Formula One monopoly, the skies opened up and the Belgian track was beginning to get a little wet. Who can say if the Flying Dutchman's dominance had a little crack to show, because on lap 21 going through Eau Rouge, one of the fastest and trickiest corners in F1, his car got a bit squiggly, but he was able to maintain control and hold on to his dominant lead. There is just no Verstappen Max. If you're wondering any other interesting highlights of the race, unfortunately no. That little slippity slide by Max Verstappen was pretty much it. But that didn't sway him, because from there on, he led all the way, despite a 6th place start, to take his 10th victory of the season and 8 in a row. No doubt about it. 22 seconds ahead of his teammate Sergio Perez, another Red Bull 1-2 finish in Belgium, and Charles Leclerc's Ferrari finished 3rd. This has definitely got to be quite a headache for us Aston Martin and Ferrari fans, I say.
Oh, I have a headache! Why don't I ever get to win? It's just not fair!
As a result of the Flying Dutchman taking it to the max like he usually does, he's no doubt increased his points lead over Sergio Perez by a gap of 125 points, but Red Bull has practically sealed the deal for the manufacturer's title ahead of Mercedes. And Aston Martin is starting to slip further away from them, but it was nice while it lasted. Fernando Alonso is still 3rd in points, but 1 point ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who's behind him in 4th. Well, once again, people are getting tired of Max Verstappen and Red Bull dominance. I don't blame them.
This is getting old.
Unfortunately, the dominant craze by the Dutchman isn't about to slow down anytime soon, because this Sunday, August 27th, Formula One is heading to Max Verstappen's hometown of Zandvoort at the Dutch Grand Prix. Oh yes, the place where he's definitely bound to Vincent van Gogh for another victory, under a nice starry night, putting all his rivals onto a big Rembrandt when all is said and done. The Venga bus will be partying for him when he wins the Dutch Grand Prix for a possible third time in a row. Let's see what happens. I can also say that while mathematically Sergio still has a chance at beating Max to the title, I'd say Max Verstappen has practically won his third F1 championship in a row already, even though there's plenty of racing left. But let's see how it turns out at the Dutch Grand Prix this Sunday, August 27th, at the world-famous Zandvoort circuit. A lot of fans dressed in orange, alright. We're in for some big action in the little Dutch town, and I better get a brownie for this one to buckle up to see how well Max Verstappen goes at this. Or maybe I should say Vincent Van goes for it. And you don't have to take an ear off your head just to bet on him to win, because he seems like a sure thing. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please share, comment, like, and subscribe to Formula Pun Racer, and be sure to hit the notification bell to be notified when a new video is posted. And I'll see you all in the next video. Good luck in the Netherlands, Max Verstappen. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.